You're right there. But yeah, it was
About to get more viewers off that. Welcome back to another episode of Memes.
and dreams.
And you're not imagining anything here. What you're seeing is actually real life. We're back.
We are back.
Season 3.
It's been, what, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 and some change, probably.
Yeah.
We stretched it out the end with some clips.
Yeah.
Great content you can follow, of course. Early plug, right off the bat. Yeah, we're back. Instagram, Memes and Dreams. Just search Memes and Dreams podcast. You'll find us the easiest way there. Of course, Memes and Dreams normal, if that's the easier method there, but we'll have it in the credits at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple things, it is season 3, and this is episode 1.
Yeah.
For everyone who thought we weren't going to be...
They said we want to do it.
They said, yeah, there were the doubters and the deniers.
Yep.
But you know what? F*** them. All right, so that's for later, for when I edit and all this, because I'll probably cut it. But the main thing I wanted to shout out, all right, is you may have noticed a little something different. You know what I mean? Over here. It's a new spot, new recording place. We got the hookah right there in the middle. We got a nice little backdrop going on. I think it's kind of cool. And then, you'll also notice some fancy new equipment here.
Oh, little upgrade for the
Why don't
boys.
you give us a hey, how you doing, Jason?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking. So, I think that we're equipped here. We have the pop filter, so we're not spitting on my mics.
Yeah, we are. We don't want any spitting on mics. Over at Memes
We
and
don't
Dreams.
want that.
No.
We also have a new hookah. Also a new hookah coming at you strong. BYO hookahs, right? Not a plug, just throwing it out there. But yeah, so no free
ads.
no free promo. We don't do that.
Nope.
So let's go ahead and get into it. But before we actually go over our topics that we have for today, we're actually going to be kind of speaking to, what's to come, right? We know that it's been a lengthy hiatus, which, we appreciate your patience during that time. And obviously, we were all having a little bit of a rough go at it. But now that we're back in it, we're back with some changes, things that we're going to continue to improve on throughout this season and hopefully beyond.
Yes.
What up, Spotify?
Yeah, give us that contract, Spotify.
Yeah, listen, if Joe Rogan doesn't work out, that's how we start season 3, is beefing with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Works. All right.
There's only room for one big podcast in Austin, and it's us.
It's us. Yeah, he can move.
Yeah.
We'll have Elon on. It'll be great. So what we have planned for this season, we did not book him, though.
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
Got to buy a Tesla first. Or test drive it. Or go to the Gigafactory.
Yeah, just go to the factory and be like,
Go to the
hey,
factory.
you got 30 minutes, bud?
That being said, though, we are going to be, potentially find some new spots to record as well. So we have, of course, this setup, which is I would say our standard kind of
It's
situation.
going to be like the main one.
Yeah. And then from there, we're going to go maybe potentially like some hookah lounges, some coffee shops, kind of do another thing like how we did with not Medici.
No, it was Mozart's.
Mozart's. Too many M coffee shops. But yeah, well, maybe a little something like that again for sure. And then any cool like breweries, maybe like any kind of like nice chill bar spots. We want y'all to be able to see that stuff along with us because it's such a vibe that we wanted to bring it into Memes and Dreams.
Yeah, and like that's the kind of stuff we like to do when we're hanging out on the weekends or something like that. Like, so we want to bring y'all along with us as well.
Yeah, because it's we're not doing things like season 1 where we're upstairs in a little like
yeah, that was our old apartment.
Yeah, like in this little kind of mid room.
Yeah,
what do you even call that?
It's like a little nook.
And then various apartments around Austin for season 2.
Yeah,
right. That was great.
We kind of went back and forth between mine and yours.
But now we have like nice good spot. However, we'll be finding some other areas to shoot and just keep it moving. You know? So speaking of which, let's go ahead and cover another big piece, which is going to be reaction videos. So we're going to be posting YouTube videos beyond just our podcasts, which of course podcasts are available on the Spotify and Apple Podcasts app as well as YouTube because we record for both.
Yep.
And then for YouTube specifically, we'll be releasing reaction videos to various media content.
It's going to be all kinds of shit on there.
It's going to be nutty. So what we're going to do from there is we're also, you know what, from there we'll just kind of, we'll kind of pepper it in. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it as a little secret. You get a little sample right now, and that's all you get. So you got to stay tuned. And then we're going to go ahead and, that's kind of the game plan there. Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it. So Jason, why don't you take us through the new setup here?
Yeah.
Talk to us about the transition we've made here.
So before in the past, as y'all know, we did memes of the week. But now, with everything evolving in today's world, we're going to be going off of TikTok mostly because that's kind of taken over the new memes world pretty much. So we're going to be getting our memes from there from now on and kind of showcasing what we find. It's like the main trend of the week pretty much, like what's been popping off, like what's everybody making videos about.
Exactly. And I think the thing about it being videos, right? And kind of like short form style videos, clips, right? It's become kind of like a clip culture. And I think that's dominated a lot of what people are talking about these days.
Yeah, I think the transition from COVID,
the pandemic really changed.
Yeah, 100%. Because people were just staying home and making videos and got famous off of that. And
then that became the normal thing.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of it's where we were naturally kind of headed.
Yeah.
We're still Memes and Dreams, don't you worry.
Yeah, no name change.
No name change, but we do. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make it a trend of the week, and we're really just gonna try and have fun with it.
Yeah.
And I'll also just keep that under wraps for some secret content coming out. So I think from there we'll go ahead and get into our very first one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start off with the honorable mention trend of the week. It's going to be the A-Bay-Bay challenge.
A-Bay-Bay.
A-Bay-Bay.
Hey.
So it's pretty much kind of like a dance challenge or dance trend of people dancing, but it looks like they're gliding on the floor. I don't get how people do it. If I tried that, my knees would explode. So I'm not going to be doing that one.
It's, so I have less of a knee exploding possibility. I'm lower on that scale. So I'm interested in maybe doing it, maybe throwing it on a certain account on a certain TikTok platform that you could potentially find at Memes and Dreams Podcast. But keep an eye out for that. If I do end up doing that video, which I'm aggressively into.
He's been practicing.
I'm going to put it here, or maybe here, or maybe I just didn't do it. We'll find out.
The people want it.
Right. Yeah. So I'm going to pass this off to you as I take us into the very first one, right? So, trend of the week, and you probably already know what it is. You probably saw it coming from a mile away. Will Smith, Chris Rock. We got to talk about this.
What happened?
We got to talk about this. All right, so there's a lot of stuff going around right now. A lot of different like opinions on the situation, kind of thoughts on like, who was in the wrong, who was in the right. So let's assess the situation first. Let's kind of cover it for the people who maybe, maybe you're on a space station for the last like week, right? Maybe you were, I don't know, maybe you were off, just like disconnected, right? Joshua Tree, I don't know.
Right? Tripping somewhere.
Let's go ahead and fill you in then. During the 94th annual Academy Awards, also known as the Oscars.
Yeah, you found that out, didn't you?
Good sit. Absolutely, yeah. I didn't know that. I thought the Oscars and the Academy Awards were completely...
The Oscar is the award, but the ceremony is the Academy Awards.
The feeling is the Oscars. The technicality is the ceremony. Talk to me about the ceremony. I am ceremony. But I will say, viewership kind of like declining,
Spin in the dumps.
Yeah, so I think that one of the big things there to keep in mind is people aren't watching this as much as they were before, because that same clip culture kind of dominated a lot of the attention for general media and entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what the Oscars tried to do last year. They got creators from TikTok to do hashtag Oscars at home.
Come on.
And so they were trying to, like last year, they're just trying to get more engagement from anywhere. Because and the ratings were still bad.
They were still bad. So we actually let's go ahead and let's fill you in here. So people are waiting for the clips to come out the next day, right? From this situation. And what the situation was Chris Rock is standing up there. He is hosting, right?
I think he was just presenting.
Or he was just presenting an award.
Yeah.
He wasn't hosting. But he was presenting an award, and he was doing this kind of like Chris Rock thing where he goes around and like he's
gonna roast some people. That's his job.
He's gonna roast them. Yeah, he's a comedian. He's gonna go for the roasts. And so after like Javier Bardem, right?
Yeah.
It's like talking to him for a little bit. He moves over and then like directs his focus on Jada Smith, right? And goes,
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the correction. We'll put it right there in post. We'll fix it in post. So, he looks at her and goes, love to see you, or it's like, great to see you. Can't wait to see G.I. Jane 2.
Yeah.
So for people who don't know, G.I. Jane is a movie with
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore, and she's got her head shaved. So the joke was around Jada's like alopecia medical condition. Okay.
Well, right. I don't think he knew she had that.
And there's also that, right? He may not have known.
Yeah.
He may not. People, that became a lot of a louder thing after it happened.
And I saw a tweet and it was like, is he supposed to have a medical card for everybody in the audience? How is he supposed to know who has what? He's a comedian. He's supposed to
make a roster of what everyone's medical conditions are before the Oscars.
Yeah.
Of course. Didn't you know?
You don't know?
No, that's a new thing that's from last year. So I have mine.
Oh.
It's got all your stuff. It's like 3 books long. So I'm going to publish it and make a lot of money from
from all my
university medical institution. That's for sure.
They're like, we have to run tests on this guy.
We have to find him, his joints.
How is he still alive?
How are his knees not smithereens?
Dude, my knee almost went out today.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Let's go. Hold on. I'm going to hop on this tangent for a second. This man, I now know what. I now know the sound he makes, so I don't have to be looking at him to know it's a knee situation. And I hear him go oh. I was like, man down, I look over at you.
I was on the floor oh, it finally happened.
Not yet, but we're all waiting. And I think do you have the fall alert on your watch?
I I should probably set that up.
We should probably set
Yeah.
that up. Yeah. At least that or like a life alert or something. But circling all the way back around, he says that to her in jest, right? And then the camera pans over and it shows like Will Smith and Jada there, and you know, and Will's laughing.
Will's laughing. Everybody around them were
He's
laughing.
having a chuckle, is what he's doing.
Yeah.
All right. So then camera goes back over to Chris Rock, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that was a nice one. You know, it was like a soft blow, right?" Again, maybe he didn't know, right? Maybe that's the situation there as well. But regardless, he then is like, he looks out into the crowd, goes, "Uh-oh," as he sees Will Smith walking up to
Doing
him.
a little strut.
And he's doing a strut. Will Smith is doing a strut, and he walks up, and Chris Rock kind of leans in, because you think like at this point, oh, okay, he's coming up to like tell me something, and maybe we can play it off as a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like actual like serious, but you just want to whisper it in my ear, whatever. He leans in, and Will Smith
His
smacks
open
the
hand
shit out
slaps.
of him. He slaps him right in the face.
Yeah.
And and
People were shooketh.
Chris Rock immediately, like, he took a stance for a second because he didn't know what to do, and for a second, everyone in the world and in the audience thought the exact same thing.
Like, this is a bit. Like,
Was this supposed to happen?
right.
And then, right when you think like, right when there's just enough reasonable doubt to think like, yeah, this was staged, you hear Will Smith go, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth."
And then he said it again.
Chris Rock goes, he's like, "Wow, it was a G.I. Jane joke."
Yeah.
And then like he says it again, and then
Doing a mother mouth in the second one too.
yeah, and then like Chris Rock's like, I will. Yeah, like,
Okay.
he's like, "All right, I don't," right? And so all of this immediately tells you, like, this is happening. This is not supposed to happen. Like, and this is happening. And then you think, with Will Smith, and it kind of throws you for a loop a little bit, right? So that was, and so, Chris Rock, like, you can tell he holds something back. He wants to say something, but then, like, he just ends up, like, continuing on.
You can tell he's
Being
like
very-
shaken up too.
He's being very professional considering the circumstances, of which, like, he just got
He just got slapped on national television.
in
Like,
front of the world.
yeah.
That's like, I mean, that's assault. We'll say it,
Yeah.
Not to throw around the
Like,
A
get,
word,
get
but
Adam Schefter, get Adam Schefter in there and have him tweet assault.
it's assault. And so that's kind of the situation there, right? He plays it off, and it's pretty uncomfortable. They do not escort Will Smith out. He
saw
later
that.
wins an award for Best Actor.
Yeah, but I did see that
Come on.
the Academy did go up and ask him to leave, and he said no. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
He just said no.
Like-
And that's the thing, right? I think a lot of people are saying, there's the strut, there's the way he did it, and then there's like, yeah, like I can see it justified, and his like acceptance, right? The award.
Yeah, I want to be a vessel of love.
Yeah.
Right after you just bitch slap somebody, like, come on.
He's like, what is it? He's like, he was a fierce defender of his family.
Yeah.
Who
Oh,
the
really?
fuck- Okay.
So Jada's getting clapped on the weekly, and you ain't do nothing about it.
Gorsh. There it is. Season 3, baby. And that's the thing, right? Is like, you think like, out of all the people in the whole wide world, Will Smith, the guy from Men in Black, and the
Fresh
others?
Prince did that?
Yeah, like, this wouldn't have happened in West Philadelphia.
No.
No.
Well, that's why he got kicked out of West Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he go live in Bel Air.
Well, yeah, because in the playground and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's right. You're probably saying it right now. It's in your head. It's in your noodle. So that's a lot of people are saying, like, the way he did it was like the best way to do it in the name of his family. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it.
No?
What do you think about it?
I mean, at first, I did think it was staged 100%. But then after
I remember that. And you
'Cause-
sent us a little, like, what is it like? You sent me a TikTok about it, didn't you?
I think so.
You son of a gun.
But like I was convinced 100% it was staged. And then, like, after a couple days go by, like, some more stories are coming out. And then I don't know if you saw this, but because it happened just before we started recording. But Will Smith is resigning from the Academy, meaning, like, he's not going to attend any more shows. I don't think he can win any more awards.
Wait. Do you have a source for that?
Instagram.
Oh, which Instagram?
Complex.
That's good source. That'll work. Yeah. We are also very, very big on accuracy for season 3. You know, this. We're not going to mess around with the numbers.
You can't just say some bullshit. And
we're not going to fix the numbers that we say wrong in post. We're going to get them right the first time. Gosh darn it.
Sheesh. But yeah, so there's some breaking news for you.
I didn't know that. That's fresh off the presses.
It literally happened like right before we started recording.
Wow. Hopefully our production team can get this video out in time.
Yeah, or else.
Like we know who we're talking about here.
Yeah.
All right. So
what do you think with that breaking news? What's your thoughts on it now?
He's going to resign from the Academy. So talk to me a little bit about that. What is resigning from the Academy?
So from my understanding, which I've done zero research into what that means, no more. He won't attend any of the award shows anymore. He can't win an Oscar anymore.
Wow, even Kanye came back.
I mean, Kanye was kicked out of the Grammys, but we'll talk about that later.
One thing I do want to shout out before we do get onto the rest of this year is so this Oscars, right? The 2022 Oscars drew 16.6 million viewers on Sunday, up 58% from last year's record low audience of 10.5 million. So people heard about that and they tuned in.
Yeah, like I was just scrolling through Twitter and then I saw all those clips pop up and was like, oh shit, and like turned it on real quick to see what's going on.
6.1 million viewers. And then equate that to like 6.1 million viewers on like a TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Clip culture, man.
Yeah. That's what they do, man.
Some dreams, y'all. So I guess off of that note there, I think beef is in the air.
I would say so.
So what else? What else is on the press? What kind of beef is floating around right now?
So I believe it's between your main man Kanye West or Ye West.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Mm-hmm. What is it? Billion.
Billion.
We'll put the... Okay. And watch production team gets like sassy with us, doesn't put it on, and then it's just like that for the moment.
Right. It's just us looking into the air for a couple seconds.
We won't do that.
But yeah, so Ye West is beefing with Skeet Davidson. It's getting to the point where I believe Pete's team released text messages between him and Kanye.
Yep. They did. Can confirm.
So it's been going back and forth for months now, pretty much ever since him and Kim started dating. And Kanye's it's gone off the rails a little bit. He's a little bit obsessive with Kim, but she just wants to get the fuck out of there. So they've been beefing, and then it came out that people were talking that it could be staged beef for Donda and Donda 2 because it came out around the same time. What's your thoughts on that?
Hold my hookah. I'll make this brief because I know the runtime. This episode one, we don't want to get too crazy here, but I will say this. I think that Ye will just for the sake of courtesy, sure. I think that he knows very, very, very much what how to. I'm going to use the word manipulate press. Right? They say no press is bad press. Right? Okay,
that's true.
I think he takes that to another level. I think that what he looks at it as is just I need my name as many places as possible. Because the realistic, kind of part of that is clip culture, right? And links culture mean that if my name's somewhere here, it connects you to the STEM player. It connects you to Donda and Donda 2. I think he knows that, and I don't think that it's staged. And the reason I don't think it's staged specifically, is because we've known that Pete Davidson is like he's very into the relationships he gets in until they're done. Could you say that like all of these relationships were some sort of like ploy to kind of help boost his image in Hollywood, and he secretly be a mastermind? You could. I'm not gonna, but you could. I will say it looks like they were pretty serious while he was in them from his perspective. And in that case, I don't see this being, they hung out before. They hung out. You can see them like kind of chopping it up in SNL.
Didn't he kiss her on SNL?
I don't know.
Pete
Is that
did.
recent?
Like the last time Kim was on there, like a couple months ago.
It's more breaking news.
You didn't know about this? Yeah, they did like an Aladdin skit, and Pete kissed her during that skit.
Oh yeah, I saw the clip.
Yep, now it's kicking in.
I saw the clip. There it is. Clips are back.
That's like how we get our news now, is through like
That's
TikTok
really
or Instagram or anything like that.
And it's like, what's Hasbulla up to?
Right.
I love that little guy. He's what's keeping me going these days,
Yeah, he's amazing. Like, anything is like, I want to start my morning watching Hasbulla say hello. Hello.
I think we can all agree on that. He's great. I want to kind of move on from that. I will say that we're not gonna deep dive into Donda or anything like that. No Donda. And we'll just kind of leave it at that. That's the situation right now. They used to be friends. Now they're not.
People are saying this is all for when Kanye made Pete pay for dinner like years ago.
Yeah, but that's the meme culture.
Yeah.
And we left that in season 2. So, like, let's go ahead and move into one of the more casual topics, And of course, like, first episode, we're keeping it casual. We're keeping it light just to smooth our way back into things, Feel it out. See what we're going to get clipped on.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. We'll see. So, favorite movies of the year 2022. Jason?
I don't know if you caught that or the mic did, but my stomach just grumbled again.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
We don't need to. we don't need that crowd.
Mark the time.
There's like 4 people that know what this means, and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
We don't need. That's bad press. That's bad press. All right. What would you say? Movies. What would you say? What takes the cake? Right? What do you?
So far, it's been The Batman. Mm-hmm. That movie blew my tits off. Yeah, right there. But yeah, it was
about to get more viewers off that.
It was, for me, the best Batman movie I've seen. It tops the Dark Knight trilogy. With see,
oh man, we gotta talk. Give me that.
It's hard. Like,
I want to hear what you have to say about
Dark Knight is like a top 5 movie for me, but I feel overall this Batman movie with Robert Pattinson was a more complete Batman movie.
You're lucky I'm plugged in.
Just based off like it was logical for me, like having the black eye makeup when he takes off the cowl all the time. It doesn't just disappear when he takes it off. And then also like the relationship between him and Selena, like, is very lovey-lovey, which is how it is in the comics. Like, Batman has a huge soft spot for Selena Kyle in the comics, and like they end up getting married on a rooftop somewhere in the middle of the night. And then the Batmobile was sexy as hell. That Batmobile chase, I could just watch all day.
Nope. Sorry, I got the burp. I'm drinking a sparkling water, and it's giving me burps.
So for me, I had it at, I think I ranked it 8.5 overall out of 10.
All right.
I know Mr. Six over here had some different views on it.
Is there anything else that you have to speak on? Anything on the Riddler, maybe?
The Riddler, it was that was like the one thing with the Riddler, like when he was like killing people and everything, it was really cool. It was very dark and gory. But then when he got caught and he started singing in the jail cell, like, I couldn't take it serious at that time. Yeah, that kind of lost me a little bit, but not
little
too
bit,
much for me to like lose track of the whole movie.
Not that much, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
But I do want to watch it for the second time. I know you watched it a second time.
I watched it a second time,
Yeah.
and that's kind of this is the kind of perspective I'm gonna take from it here, and it's only to say, and I cannot stress this enough, right? That's why I'm looking right at you because I'm serious about this. Okay, be very wise about the movie theater that you pick to watch the movies that you really want to watch.
Fuck AMC.
AMC. Okay, so the AMC that we go to, it's in a mall, and the reason we went there specifically for this movie is because
Dolby Atmos.
Dolby Atmos surround sound system in the theater, and Mr. Giacchino was our score director, right? He made the entire score for the film, and I'll put his name right here because I'm blanking. Do you got it?
What?
What's the name of the composer?
I don't know.
I'm gonna put it right here, and then that's we only get one per season. That was it, and so we wanted to hear it, right? A couple things. AMC, the one that we were at least, had this it was this blue,
Like zigzag line.
it was like this blue, yeah, a little like it was a neon light that shot down the side of the wall, which we were thinking, you see that, right? And you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that will go down like once the movie starts.
Yeah, it's just for people who are walking, they need to see where they're going.
Yeah.
And there's aisle lights, of course. So we're thinking, oh, okay, maybe the aisle lights stay on, those go off, right? That's what you think, right? After 30 minutes of trailers.
Oh my god, that's nothing. And we saw a trailer for Batman right before we saw Batman.
We saw the trailer of Batman for Batman. I don't get that. And then there's this thing with Nicole Kidman,
Yeah, like
watching
a 2-minute video of
in
her
an empty
going to-
movie theater, sitting there like a weirdo. What the is that?
Yeah, that's the last time I'm ever going to AMC.
Cinema. That's the entire. It's like
That's what we get for
What does
cheating
it
on
mean?
Alamo. Like,
and that brings me to my point, right? There was that when I first watched the movie, it hit me hard. You know what I mean? And not like in a way that was like impactful, but more just confusing. I was a little bit lost, honestly, throughout the movie because it is about 3 hours.
yeah,
And I'm just kind of I'm trying to get a grasp of really what, what's happening scene to scene, the themes, the motifs, the symbolism from one thing to another. Every Batman generation does it a little bit differently from one director to another, from one era to another. It's always interesting to see what that looks like from each one. So I'm really trying to pay attention here. But after the trailers finish, the blue light stays on. The blue light is it's not even, it's like it got a little brighter. You're like, oh, did it really? And maybe it did, maybe it didn't, I don't know. But it stayed on, and it was so bright that I actually couldn't see dark scenes very well to make them out, to know what's happening. And another thing I noticed is that the audio coming out of the Dolby Atmos was so strong on the score. So we got what we wanted, right? We got it. But it was so strong on it, I couldn't make out the dialogue in some of the scenes where they were talking a little bit quieter. So I'm going to equate it to early Beats by Dre. If you're an audiophile, you know exactly. Or if you've had a pair before, is the heavy bass, but then you can't really make out a lot of the mid to high end. And that's kind of what that experience was.
yeah.
So watching it, the Alamo Drafthouse, watching it there was number one. And we will not cheat on Alamo ever again. It's just not right. It's just not right at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You can get food there. So we went, I went there recently, and I ended up, they turned all the lights off. It's pitch black.
Must be nice.
It was a dark night in there, you know what I mean? And so season 3. And so that was one. And then 2, the movie started before I even realized it started. And I was like, oh, here we go. Buckle up.
Only 2 trailers this time. That's nice.
We're in this shit. So that was really cool to see. And then, through that, I did catch a lot more. Obviously second viewing, right? So but I caught a lot more of that just kind of like pieced it together. So when I first saw it, I think I gave it like a 6.
Yeah.
I gave it a 6. I'm now going to upgrade that to an 8.
Oh,
I feel good about 8.
Okay.
I feel good about 8. I like that.
Where
Because what?
Where does it rank now?
It is neck and neck with Dark Knight Rises, if not a little bit better for me.
Okay.
Right?
Dark Knight's still number 1.
But Dark Knight's still number 1.
Yeah.
I can't not love that movie.
Yeah.
Because it's every piece of it's. So I mean, I think that's the case there with that. And 8's good. 8 feels good. I like that.
It's a good solid score.
They put a good effort into it. The costume was dope. The Batmobile was dope. The action sequences and the choreography, the fight choreography, wowzers!
Yeah.
You know, very brutal.
And what's his name, Matt Reeves, like he actually did practical effects for this movie. He didn't want to do a whole bunch of CGI and have it look kind of cheesy. Like he did a bunch of real shit for that movie, like driving the Batmobile through an explosion. They actually did that.
They did that, and it looked. You can tell, right? When it's practical, it's like, oh yeah, I like that. I like that.
I like that a lot.
And you see Colin Farrell like his pants in the movie.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
And then for me, like the cinematography on this movie, that tops all
that's
the
Gotham.
Batman movies.
This is the best Gotham. I think we can
100%.
all agree. This is the best representation of Gotham.
But then, like, just some of the shots they had of like when he's walking in the iceberg lounge the second time, I think, and it's like a black screen, and then the gunshots are what lights up the room.
I'll try and put it here, but no promises in case
We get
they're
that
not
strike
cool
on
with that.
them.
Yeah.
But that was like one of my favorite scenes, and then also like towards the end when he has the red flare and he's leading like everybody. That's
Right.
also one of my favorite shots
right.
in the movie. Like,
It's in the trailer.
Yeah.
So
And
I can
then
definitely show it.
I think also that this other one is
Yeah.
like, when him and Selena are like
Production team, get on it.
him and Selena are like in a loft or something, like it's like an open construction building or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
But it has like this like orange kind of like sun
Hue.
yeah. And it's just looking over Gotham, and like to me that just looked amazing. Like,
Yeah.
So for me, like that's what kind of like set this movie over the top with all the other Batman movies was the cinematography in it.
Yeah. I think that's fair point. And I think that's pretty much where we can close the book on that. Other stuff to kind of mention, right? Another big one this year was Jackass Forever.
That surprised me. We left our ass off in that movie.
That was hilarious. It was gross and it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was the perfect Jackass movie.
Yeah. And especially considering their oldest
Like, I'm surprised they survived this movie, honestly.
I don't understand how they're still like walking around regularly.
Yeah, all those drugs from the past are keeping them up, probably.
Probably. I think it was definitely. There were some moments that make you cringe, but I think it wouldn't be Jackass if there wasn't that. Yeah.
It's not Jackass without some cringe.
Yeah. So go out and see it if you have the stomach for it.
What was also cool about this one is like they kind of introduced the new generation of Jackass too, for
Yeah.
like the people to take over.
Yep, there's
Which I
new
think they
people.
nailed all those
That's very exciting.
people because like from watching that movie, you can definitely tell that they'll carry the torch, right?
I think so. Especially because like you see Johnny Knoxville in this movie, and man,
It's rough.
he's looking rough.
Like,
yeah.
I think we were talking before, like the
tired.
movie started. Was like the last Jackass movie that came out was like I was in high school when that came out.
Yeah.
Like I snuck in to see that movie,
Jeez Louise.
and then now like there's
Just a
still
decade ago?
yeah, like
More
over
than a
10
decade.
years, and
Yeah.
there's still like Johnny Knoxville's like all gray hair now.
Yeah.
It's like shit, man.
So just like we have honorable mention for the trend, we got to have an honorable mention for the movie, and I think that the movie honorable mention 1000%. A little flick by the name of Pig,
That was great.
P-I-G, starring Nick Cage, the one and only.
God, he's
guy
a
right
fucking
here.
masterpiece.
He is of a man. He's a masterpiece of like a human.
Yeah,
It's like who made this guy? Because I know the same way I was made is not the way that Nick Cage was
Right.
made. That dude is like
he's just one of a kind.
he's not in our dimension, I don't think.
No,
I
definitely
think
not.
he's visiting right now, and he's like, "This is nice, I guess."
Yeah, I'll go do some movies.
Yeah, sure. I'll do like movies and become a visionary and the biggest weirdo in Hollywood.
Yeah, makes sense.
Gary Busey wakes up in the middle of the night because he has nightmares about Nick Cage. So, just for the record there, Pig was amazing, heartwarming.
It's one of the best movies we watched this year.
It really was. It
Like,
really was.
Even though it came out
wasn't
last
a
year.
sequel.
Like,
Wasn't a
yeah,
superhero
it was
movie.
an original story. Like
Yeah,
something
so
Hollywood doesn't do anymore.
If you're looking for if you're looking for a great movie with just a great like emotional weight to it,
Yeah.
if you're looking for a movie that just has Nick Cage being Nick Cage, or if you're looking for a movie because there's a little bit of a chef in your heart and you got a little spark for the culinary,
Right.
you got to see Pig.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, sealed and taken care of. I'm very excited for his new movie coming out. Also this year, right?
Yeah, it comes out. Is it this month?
We're definitely going to cover that.
Yeah.
In a different episode here in this season, we're definitely going to cover
Yeah,
that.
like because we've kind of dove into the whole Nick Cage universe.
It's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. The Unbearable Weight
He
of
plays
Massive
himself,
Talent.
right?
Yeah, he played Nick Cage, plays Nick Cage. His
That'd be
most
great.
difficult role to date. I'm very excited to see what's...
That'd be amazing. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Man, we're at about hour and 40 minutes now.
Oh,
So I think we can... Yeah. Yeah, this was a juicy episode.
damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But luckily, the production team is gonna be able to work through some of that, and we'll make it look pretty, make it look sexy. So, I think on that note, there's one thing we want to go ahead and cap it off on, which is obviously the thing that you are witnessing here, one of the biggest changes in this season, and probably of all time.
Yeah, I went bald
You went bald, everybody.
this week.
This is Jason Arnold with no hair.
Yep. Get
Look.
a good look.
Look at him. Look at that.
Ah.
And then and then that makes for two.
Yo, the Bald Boys.
Uh-oh.
Are we
There it
gonna?
is.
Should we like change our name to the Bald Boys?
The Bald Boys?
Yeah.
Let's take that into consideration. Let's take it offline.
Okay.
Um,
But yeah, so my hair was.
now I wear the hat,
Right.
and he's bald.
Yeah, so my hair was. I was tired of it. I grew out of the mullet a couple times. What?
That's a picture of your old hair.
Oh my god. But yeah, it's time to get rid of it.
It was time. It was
Yeah,
time. I think we all agree.
I could see it was slowly fading away,
Yeah.
and then I just Thanos snapped it, and now it's gone.
Oh my god. Perfectly balanced. So that's kind of fun little thing there. Now we both are a little more scared of the sun. It's fun. It's exciting. It's exciting times. But yeah, I think on that note, we can go ahead and wrap it up here. So this is, again, although almost 2 hours here, this is in fact it is a episode where we really just wanted to get back to memes and dreams, basic stuff, because of what's in store for future episodes. And we have the equipment, we have the tech and the know-how and the elbow grease to be able to deliver some what we think are going to be pretty special moments across the season.
Yeah.
We're really excited. We can't wait for you to see it. We hope you enjoy the revamp, the upgrades, the kind of new coding that we've put on this podcast. And I think on that note, we can go ahead and call it there.
Call it. All right, let's
Cool.
go.
So as always, thank you so much for listening and watching. If you're watching, listening if you're listening. You can find all of our links, I think, at the end of this video. Mm-hmm. But Memes and Dreams podcast will usually take you to what you need across, any of the, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. If it's there, we got it. And if not, we probably got a reason. So we'll go ahead and call it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Bye, y'all.
Take it easy.